text mining, and visual analysis. In the context of informatics textbooks, textbook analysis is a key area of interest for understanding educational trends. This paper analyzes informatics textbooks, encompassing computer science and ICT, from Italian secondary schools and the International Baccalaureate Circuit, focusing on interdisciplinary openness, particularly in ethical, historical, philosophical, and cultural dimensions, in light of Italian ministerial guidelines. Using manual text extraction and graphic evaluation, the study aims to investigate whether the analyzed textbooks are visually appealing, prioritize procedural content, and emphasize or not historical epistemological foundations and interdisciplinary links. This work examines two types of textbooks, used in Italian and International Baccalaureate Organization upper secondary schools. The IB is a non-profit international foundation based in Geneva. IB schools, public or private, offer access to universities around the world. The following table shows how the IB levels correspond to the Italian education system. Even though they are talking about possible changes, Italian high school lasts 5 years at the moment. Informatics is taught separately in technical institutes focused on economics or technology. The technological computer science and telecommunications institutes include subjects such as computer science, information/telecommunications systems design and technology, project management, business organization, and systems and networks. In Liceo schools, computer science is a separate subject only in the applied sciences track, with 2 hours per week. Professional institutes, on the other hand, focus on practical education, teaching a bit of ICT and mainly text processing, but not computer science. Both computer science and ICT are part of the IB syllabus, with ICT called ITGS, Information Technology in a Global Society, now renamed Digital Society. ITGS focuses on technology's societal impact, not programming, aligning with social sciences. Theory of knowledge, TALK, is integrated into computer science and ITGS, encouraging critical thinking and exploring knowledge origins. ITGS textbooks often reference TALK, prompting students to consider diverse perspectives and ask probing questions. Textbooks were analyzed to assess informatics teaching in Italian and IB systems, evaluating interdisciplinarity and methodological approaches. Manual text mining and graphic elements were examined. Indicators were chosen based on Ferret's criteria for scientific literacy from a socio-constructivist perspective. Along with textbooks from the first 2 years, those for the 3-year ITT specialization were analyzed, including TPSIT, Systems and Networks, and Project Management. SR and GPOI textbooks were excluded from parameter-specific classification due to their similar typography to TPSIT books and more specialized content, which made uniform comparisons difficult. The selected textbooks are listed in this table. IB textbooks are designed for an international audience, including non-native speakers, and are authored by experienced teachers with multidisciplinary training. The selected textbooks are listed in this table. Modern textbooks prioritize graphic design, with images serving aesthetic or didactic purposes. Highlighted text, colored diagrams, graphs, tables, and code create a stark contrast with IB books. Data from the texts, based on precise parameters, highlight the following characteristics: elements like colors, size, and placement influence style and provide insights. IB textbooks are typically black and white, while Italian books use typographical features to organize information. For each of the elements listed, the occurrences were counted and classified on the basis of the size in relation to the page and the use of colors. An example of analysis is shown in this table for Kim. The same kind of analysis was carried out for all selected textbooks. The main differences between the two systems' manuals appear to be the following ones. Manuals with the greatest use of graphic elements are intended for the Liceo. IB texts are those that use images and colors the least. ITT books are those with the greatest graphic similarity with those of the IB. The books of the first 2-year period have a greater graphic component than those of the 3-year period. The classification of textbooks by fields of knowledge was carried out rigorously, focusing on detailed criteria. While topics like computer architecture, operating systems, web, security, and networks are similar in textbooks, they differ in perspective. For example, the IB textbook by Kim contrasts with Barbero and V, widely used in Italian LSSA. This diagram shows the overall data for all examined axes. IB textbooks, with a sober graphic design, emphasize ethical, social, and political themes, especially in relation to talk, aligning with the IB curriculum. In contrast, Italian Technical Institute and Liceo textbooks, despite national guidelines stressing these themes, particularly for Liceo, do not prioritize them. LSSA and ITT textbooks share some similarities. While Liceo books should focus on historical and epistemological aspects, LSSA texts prioritize graphic liveliness, seemingly for usability rather than enhancing learning outcomes. ITT textbooks, though specialized, also address general and interdisciplinary aspects of computer science. A comparative study of IB and Italian CS and ICT textbooks used quantitative and qualitative indicators. IB textbooks, shaped by updated IBO curricula, promote interdisciplinary teaching, critical thinking, and simple graphic design focused on text. In contrast, Italian Liceo textbooks lack historical, epistemological, and socio-political depth, prioritizing procedural content and vibrant graphics. Technical Institute textbooks are more balanced due to a strong teaching tradition and longer school hours. While textbook quality doesn't directly determine student performance, it reflects educational trends. The high quality of IB textbooks underscores the need for critical evaluation of Italian textbooks, which have prioritized graphics over content since the 1960s. More focus on educational research and text quality could improve Italian computer science education.